If you've ever lived in Nigeria, you must be familiar with the term Okada, as it has become a staple in the Nigerian community. It's essentially a motorcycle taxi and was defined as a motorcycle which passengers can use as a taxi service by Oxford English Dictionary in 2020. The Okada gained popularity in the 1980s and began to spread to big states such as Lagos. People loved them. They were a cheap alternative to buses and could get you almost anywhere very fast. They were also a source of jobs for unemployed Nigerians who had no other source of money. It was a big hit and quickly became one of the main sources of transportation in Nigeria. Fast forward to 2022, the Okada has become a major source of debate and has had many negative articles written about it, with a percentage of Nigerians now wanting them banned. You might be asking yourself, how can something so amazing and prosperous become so terrifying and hated? Let's take a trip back to the 1960s. Nigeria is fresh off independence, and the two main sources of transportation were bicycles and walking. Cars were rare and only for the rich, meaning almost no one had them. 20 years later, technology had become more prominent, and vehicles like buses and trains had been introduced as transportation, and cars had become more common. Everything was going well, that is, until the Nigerian government became a joke. Corruption had become normal, the government didn't care, and the state of Nigeria became worse. Traffic had become a big issue as the roads were bad and people were impatient. And before you know it, Okadas became a thing. They became so popular because they could avoid traffic due to their size and could get you around faster than anyone at the time. They were also a source of job creation, as literally anyone could get an Okada and start riding. You didn't even need a university degree for that. According to the Nigerian Tribune, the Okada business is worth over 30 billion naira, which is definitely helping the Nigerian economy in some way. Everything was looking good. Okadas had become a normal part of Nigerian daily lives until they started taking a turn for the worse.
Government, they have family. Government, they have children. Yes. Government, they have family. They cannot tell their family to stay indoor without working. We are begging on behalf of all of us. Yes. Let the government answer us. Government, please. Sowolu, please. Whatever you are, Sowolu, answer us.
You see, this job has really been helping us a lot. Most of us here are graduates. Like me, I'm a graduate. I came to Lagos State. I was working with a private sector organization like that. I was being paid 35,000 per month. Even transportation money said no, they reach me. But as I started this one, I was even able to bring my own wife to Lagos. That's right. Come open shop for them. Come put my two children for school. Now the government can't say they want ban this thing now. Oga, how you want to make we survive?
In 1933, a study carried out in Yola, Adamawa showed that 88% of Okada drivers were between 18 and 30 years old. The main issue with this is that younger drivers have the reputation of speeding and reckless driving and tend to be in more accidents. Passengers started to take notice of this, and it became a major issue. The study also showed that 67% of customers considered the Okada to be unsafe, 61% said that drivers drive too fast, and 31% felt that drivers drove recklessly. These numbers show why the Okada is becoming increasingly hated, and it's not getting better. According to the Commissioner of Lagos, there have been 767 Okada accidents in the last 3 months alone, a number that's almost unheard of.
There have been several instances of people who've had accidents because of these Okada bikes. We've had reports of those just walking on the road, and then the Okada will just go and hit them. An example is a very senior friend of mine who lost her mom due to such an accident. Her mom was walking on the road on the way to the market, and the Okada rider came from nowhere and hit her, and she hit her head on the bare floor, and she died before she got to the hospital.
The main issue with these Okada riders was that they felt like they owned the road. Most of them didn't care about safety, as nearly all of them didn't wear their helmets. Occasionally, some Okada riders would snatch people's bags while riding, and some would drive into random places and steal. The government has tried to step in, as the Okada has been banned 5 times already, but can you really wipe out something that big, that fast? The Okada riders became annoyed and went on a rampage, starting riots and occasionally clashing with the police. If we take a look at this article by NaijaCarNews, we can see some of the many crimes Lagos Okada riders are guilty of, some being overloading the motorcycle, riding without protection, and carrying passengers with overly big objects. And these are just some of the things we already know of. The Okada riders have gotten sympathy within the heart of some Nigerians, as people wonder what will happen to them without their main source of survival. Some Nigerians have recommended a vocational place be open for them, so they can learn a trade that can sustain them without the Okada. The government is also testing out their own solutions, as they are launching new first and last mile buses. All these solutions seem smart and safe, but do we really need to ban Okadas? In the United States, every biker is required to have a motorcycle license and required to wear a helmet. They are also required to follow every rule and regulation put in place for them to keep safe and allow for no accidents. Something like this can and should be done in Nigeria, therefore reducing the risk of accidents and forcing them to wear helmets. They should be required to get Okada licenses as well, making it harder to come across. They should also be restricted in following some areas to allow for increased safety. These are solutions that could keep the Okada safe and make everyone happy. With the current state of our Nigerian government, do we really think something like this could happen? All in all, we can only wait for the government to make some kind of change, and hopefully they make the right one. What do you guys think? Should the Okada be banned or not? Let me know down in the comments, and if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It has been a pleasure entertaining you, and I'll see you in the next video.